Welcome to Oak Tree Stories, timeless tales rooted in India. Here you'll find gentle, thoughtful tales drawn from our rich storytelling traditions, from ancient fables and folklore to heartwarming slices of modern Indian life. Each story is carefully chosen and lovingly crafted to be age appropriate and calming, with just a touch of wonder. So come, get cozy, and let the story begin. I'm Shalini, your storyteller. High in the Himalayas, where the clouds brush the snowy peaks, live the Lepcha people, children of the mountains. They believe they were formed from the snow itself, from the white slopes of the sacred Kanchenjunga. Their lives are bound to the rivers that rush through valleys, the forests filled with whispering leaves, and the winds that sweep down from the ridges. And in their stories, there walks a figure unlike any other, the Yeti. Not a monster, not a shadow to fear, but a guardian. Huge and towering, with white fur that melts into the snow. Footprints wide as a cooking pot, arms strong enough to bend a tree, and eyes dark, steady, watchful, carrying no malice. To the Lepcha, the Yeti is protector of the mountains, the winds, and everything that stirs beneath the snow. And now it's time for a story. Are you ready to listen? Then come closer, get cozy, and let us begin. There was once a herdsman named Atek. Atek loved his animals, but he loved something else even more. His flute, the Punthyong Palit. Its song was soft, sad, and a little bit haunting, like the wind curling through pine trees. One night, as Atek sat under the stars and played, he noticed a figure. A tall, looming shadow with fur that glistened in the moonlight. It was a Yeti. Now here's something important to know. The Lepcha say that male Yetis are gentle giants. But female Yetis? Oh no, they're fierce, wild, and far less patient. This one was a female. Her name was Jampi Moong. But to Atek's surprise, she didn't roar or chase him. She just listened. Her giant head tilted, swaying softly to the music. And when Atek set down his flute, she lumbered over, picked it up with her enormous hands, and placed it back in his lap. As if to say, keep playing. And so he did. Night after night, Jampi Moong would appear at dusk, listen to his song, and vanish at dawn. And night after night, Atek grew more and more tired. His hands ached, his eyes stung from sleeplessness, and his heart pounded with fear. He thought, how long can I go on like this? One evening as he played, Atek noticed something curious. The Yeti was trying to copy him, puffing into her enormous fists, pretending to play a flute. But she wasn't very good at it. That gave Atek an idea. The next night, he did something unusual. He smeared himself in butter. Yes, butter. From head to toe. Between flute songs, he rubbed his skin and sighed cheerfully, as though it was the most delightful thing in the world. Of course, Jampi Moong copied him. She too rubbed butter into her thick fur. Then Atek did something even stranger. He leaned close to the fire, warming his buttery skin. Again, the Yeti followed. But here's the thing. Butter on bare skin melts. But butter on a furry coat? Well, it burns. The flames leaped up, caught her fur, and with a howl that echoed across the mountains, Jampi Moong bolted into the darkness. She was never seen in those valleys again. And that, the Lepcha say, is why Yetis live only in the highest, most unreachable peaks of the Himalayas. Far away from fires, flutes, and clever herdsmen with pots of butter. So, what do we take from Atek and Jampi Moong? Maybe that music has the power to draw even the wildest heart closer, and that sometimes cleverness can protect you when strength cannot. If this story stirred something in you, we'd love to see your artwork. Perhaps a yeti under a silver moon, or a flute echoing through the forest. Parents, help your young artists share it with us through www.oaktreebooks.in/Oak Stories. And we will show it on our social media pages with a special shout out in a future episode. This week, we'd like to give 5.5-year-old Alaya a special shout out for the wonderful drawing that she sent in, inspired by our story, How the Peacock Got Its Colors. Alaya is from Mumbai and loves listening to Oak Tree Stories in the car and at bedtime. Her mama tells us that she now starts all stories with, "Hi, I'm Shalini, your storyteller." How cute is that? Thank you so much, Alaya, for your drawing that is now displayed proudly on our social media pages. We'd also like to extend our gratitude to our listener Norbu Bhutia and her aunt, who is from the Lepcha tribe, for helping us with the pronunciations in this story. And to the grown-ups listening, if you'd like to support Oak Tree Stories so we can keep bringing these tales to life, visit www.oaktreebooks.in/Oak Tree Stories. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Oak Tree Stories for more tales and treasures. Until next time, may your nights be filled with good dreams, and may your music always bring with it a little bit of magic.